Thank you for welcoming me onto your screens or onto your headphones, depending on how you're watching this. I'm Eddie, and this is The Rollback. Folks, I'm going to talk to you today about Shazam! Fear of the Gods, aka Taste the Rainbow. I hope most of you got that joke. Unicorns. So the synopsis. Billy and his foster siblings, who transform into superheroes after yelling the word Shazam, which, no shit, that's y'all's name, I'm just saying. But anyway, are forced to get back into action and fight the Daughters of Atlas, whom they must stop from using their power to destroy the world, which, not gonna lie to you, I'm the first person to criticize films for overplaying the whole end of the world shtick, but this film has heart and miles of it. There's also a lot of logical story progression to it. Fear of the Gods makes a point of escalating everything. Billy is dealing with issues and the fallout from losing his mom and his dad. He's just kind of insecure when it comes to family or being close to people. So he's trying to keep them all together, but in reality, he's kind of squeezing them and tightening them to a point where they don't want to be. It's a weird self-fulfilling prophecy. He's too clingy, essentially. He's a clingy boyfriend. And it's understandable. He's been abandoned several times, but you must understand, just because they maybe leave to go do their own thing does not lessen your relationship with them. But he's still learning. He's a kid. He has to learn. Or he's only going to be a kid for a little while longer. See, one of the storylines in the story is the fact that he's going to age out of the foster system. Now, rightly so, Mary Marvel even points out, look, mom and dad are not going to kick you out, but you are going to be 18 soon. They're not going to be getting any more checks for you, and the bills are starting to pile up. Maybe have a better conversation with him when it comes to, like, hey, Billy, maybe you should get a job and try to help us out versus being a superhero. I'm just saying, there's like a weird, like, disconnect in the conversation there. Could have been done better. But the movie does need conflict somewhere. Also, I do like the fact that Freddie Freeman, technically Captain Marvel Jr. or Shazam Jr., technically in the comics, I like how Freddie kind of finds his own footing. He wants to be his own superhero, which Captain Every Power kind of sucks, kid. Like, come on. Blue Marvel, how's that? I know that name's technically taken, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, that said, I do like the fact that he's trying to find himself, because that is, say it with me now, kids, logical story progression. Now that they all have their powers, maybe they want to go on and do their own thing. Which is, again, it only makes sense. And again, I know I keep preaching logical story escalation, but the Daughters of Atlas wanting to take back their father's powers or wanting to strike back against the humans, it makes sense. They want their dad's power back, which, yeah, I don't see any logical issue with it. I'll give you this, though. Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu do play great villains. I'll just say this, though. They're very one note. There's not a lot to remember about them. And they're not given enough to really be remembered. They're good villains, and even Helen even says, like, she gives Billy that moment of, you are a god after all, and then dies and goes to the underworld, which, fair enough. Lucy Liu, she plays chaotic pretty well. Also, that dragon was pretty fucking awesome. Can we give that dragon a moment, please? I can't remember a superhero film where the final battle actually takes place against a giant monster who's controlled by the good guy. I know we're going way backwards, but I can't remember that ever happening. Did DC beat Marvel to that one? Like, giant creature controlled the crap. Maybe Aquaman. That might be the last time. And even then, I don't know if they've done it before. It's not kaiju, but I'm getting off topic. The fact of the matter is that the final battle was unique, and a lot of the action sequences in this entire series are unique. There's a lot of actually funny moments in this movie. There's a lot of good to come out of it. Despite scathing reviews and a rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes, maybe go fuck yourself. Rotten Tomatoes is what I'm saying. Go fuck yourself, Rotten Tomatoes. Fan score for this movie is actually pretty good, and I have yet to see any bad reviews from people. They say it's better, well, to some people it's better than Black Adam and Quantumania, which those two films didn't really deserve all the hate that they got, if they got any hate whatsoever. From critics. Audiences seemingly liked both films. I think that's just showing that there's a deeper divide. Real quick, Levi playing Captain Marvel. So, I can't but notice there's a lot more Shazam in this than Billy Batson. Not that that's a bad thing, but just an acknowledgement, an observation. Levi does bring a lot of weight to Shazam. You know, he's an adult man who acts he's an adult man who acts very immature, like a kid. I don't hate it. Some people are hating on his portrayal, which I think you're just hating on the fact that he has to act like a modern day teenager. He doesn't act like himself. He has to act like what a kid would act like. And it makes sense. It's like Spider-Man. You're supposed to act your age. He's acting his age, technically. I do also want to bring special attention to Billy making the ultimate sacrifice at the very end. It's rather entertaining, actually, him going in to fight Lucy Liu at the very end, to fight Chaos and the dragon. And it looks cool. Visually, it's very appealing, but also his willingness to make the sacrifice, you know, easily. Like, no, this is what I'm going to do. And the family's heartbreak and them saying, you know, Billy, don't go, Billy, don't go. It all makes sense. And you feel epic. That moment feels earned. His willingness to sacrifice himself. And it looked fucking great. You know, him going in there, charging head first, saying, I'm going to die and I'm okay with this. If it means saving the family that I've made, then you guys have given me the 2 best years of my life. And that's good. That's worth it. The cameo in the end kind of came to a waste with Gal Gadot. Although, I guess technically the door's open. I don't hate it. And I do like the fact that they're finally starting to interconnect the universes. Technically, Superman was in Black Adam. Wonder Woman and Shazam. You have Batman appearing in The Flash. If only you fuckers had done this in like the very beginning, that would have worked. But no, you wanted to just like fast forward to Justice League, you fucking knobs. That said though, what did you think of Shazam Fear of the Gods? Personally, I really liked it. I'm going to give it an A-. Entertaining. Is it as good as the original? It's really good in its own different ways. I still really liked it. I still really enjoyed it. But it's not as big of a drop as, let's say, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Like, Guardians Volume 2. Shazam, I think Fear of the Gods is right about here. It's pretty good. The villain isn't as great or as memorable, but it's still solid. Also, there's some good comedic moments between the two. That said, though, what did you all think? Go and comment down below. Did you like it? I hope so. Also, be sure to listen down to our podcast. The link is down below. We'd greatly appreciate it. We're always trying to grow the channel, grow the podcast, grow everything. And yeah, we'll catch y'all later. See everyone.